It's week one. It's the Arizona Cardinals, and you got to go get them. How do the Chiefs attack Kyler Murray and this Cardinals team? We're going to give it to you today. 4 points in our game plan for the Kansas City Chiefs as they kick off week one. This is Dan Harms. I'm Ryan Tracy. Welcome to RGR Football. We're bringing it back this year. We let it slide a little bit, but we know you guys want the game plan about how we would and how we think they need to attack the opponent. We're going to get right into it. We're going to give you 4 points. Dan, what's first?
No, this is really the biggest thing for me in terms of adjusting to a new year. The offense has its issues throughout the offseason. They go through Tyreek Hill being gone. Now it's time for you to put your money where your mouth is. You've been talking all offseason about how you want to spread the ball around. In 2 instances, once in March, and we just had Mahomes say yesterday that they want to spread the ball around. That's what they want to do. So now it's time to go out there and do that against the team that was top 7 in terms of pass coverage last year. As a totality, I think that you can attack individual parts of that defense, specifically away from Budda Baker and guys like that on their defense. You have Trayvon Mullen, who may be injured. Maybe he's not playing. Antonio Hamilton's not playing. So there's a weak area of this cornerback group that you can really attack. And you can find so many different ways to exploit it with as many different players as you can line up on their problems. You've got so many different ways to attack. Why not? Let's see it. Let's get Jody Forts now. Let's get Justin Watson. Let's get everybody rotated in and start actually hammering home the point you've been saying all offseason.
Yeah, I like how it got painted as, hey, fantasy players don't play any Chiefs receivers.
Yeah, right.
Well, okay, whatever. But I'm going to switch it up. I'm not going to do the one I was going to do because you touch on a very good point. Without Mullen out there, like they want him to play well. Like, yes, there's some weakness there. But I will tell you this, too. I think it is a serious transition for the number 2 athlete in his draft class, Isaiah Simmons. Yeah. Number 2 behind Willie Gay Jr. Just want you guys to know that. That they're moving him with the green dot, and they say that they're calling him the star. He's going to play some linebacker. He's going to go out to safety, whatever. The main business being, can he defeat all these tight ends? Well, Travis Kelce isn't all these tight ends. He's the tight end. Mm-hmm. So I think he's somebody that you got to go test. It's a lot on your plate to go from playing safety, maybe lining up in some nickel corner situations to actually calling the defense and running the whole thing. So I want to stress him out. I'm throwing Travis at him. I'm definitely running Jody at him to see if he'll jump those routes. And I think you have to try to do something that you can use some motions to isolate him on the backs, really stress him out. And then that's going to cause the rest of the defense to come up. And then I think you can go after some of the other holes in the defense. So number 2, it is, for me, attack their star. Go get Isaiah Simmons.
I think that the Chiefs need to do that with Kelce, but get him off the line. I think if there's one area that Isaiah might be able to give himself a head up is if he can be more physical with Travis at the line, which we've seen work over the last year is where he really starts to get worn down. So I want to see Andy be like, okay, let's give a little change up. We usually have this 3-by-1 formation where Travis is by himself on the line of scrimmage. We're going to kind of X that out a little bit, and we're going to let you be more of a floater. We're going to move you around. We're going to get you in those best matchups and find some off-the-line ability so you have a little bit more room to work with so you're not getting beat to hell every single week. So I love that. I think that Travis Kelce is going to be one of those main focus points that will allow them to then spread the ball around like they want to.
I'm totally with you. Like 2-by-2 stack formations, folks. That's what's in store for you. That's what's going to work. All right. So your first one, my first one, what's secondary to you? What's the next thing that they have to accomplish?
Oh, man, this is getting everybody comfortable on the defense side. This is a very young defense. It's very active. It's very physical. We actually heard Justin Reed say that they want everybody to flip on the film and know they are going to get hit in the mouth. That is the mentality that has not existed in Kansas City for years. It's been a long time on defense. You have some guys every now and then that want to exert that physicalness, but everybody, a mentality on defense, being physical, being fast, and getting in people's face, that's what you have to do. And they have to be able to do that this year. I think that these young guys are out to prove that they do belong on this team, and whether or not they feel disrespected by being a member of the Chiefs, and everyone else is talking about the Chiefs themselves being kind of on a down year, which, I mean, we don't have to talk about that. We could do an entire show about how that's not even true. But getting their own chips on their shoulders, because a lot of these guys are out to prove they belong too. Like, I think that Karlaftis a lot as well, myself included, did not like his college film. I didn't like his college film. So he's got that out to prove too. I think that that's a big talking point, this young group getting a chip on their shoulder and going out to prove to everybody that, look, we know that the defense hasn't been very good in the past, But that's all in the past. We're gonna be set out to prove that we're fast, we're physical, and we're gonna hit you in the mouth. And I love that.
I do too. You're hitting it on the head. Use the new guys that you have. So number 3 from Dan, use those guys to their maximum. Get the young players involved. And mine kind of tips off on that because there's a special use case that I think, and as we found out late this afternoon, folks, as we're recording this, Frank Clark missed practice again with another gut illness. So there is more. So George Karlaftis looks like he's going to get more of an opportunity than we thought just a day ago. So that ties in perfectly. But for me, it is about the pass rush. I'm willing with the team speed to let the linebackers and secondary chase Kyler around. If he wants to break the pocket because you over pursued or you're getting in his face and he breaks the pocket, I'll live with that. Won't be great, but I'll live with it because it's more important for me that the pass rush get off and get there to at least flush him. I need more pressure. I need somebody to finish. I think Karlaftis, I hope that with a little more reps, it'll get him into the rhythm a little bit faster. And maybe we will see an evolution from his college film. But for me, it is about Spags and using what you were talking about as well to help out that pass rush. And it is about sending 5. Making sure that you're not leaving a gap so that one of your 4 pass rushers gets out of position or gets into a lane that he's not supposed to be, as we've seen over the years, that you're not leaving a gaping hole for him to escape through. So I want 5, and I want it to be Leo Chanel, and I want to see him in the 2 linebacker sets where you have one that's going to play in space. And the great thing about Chanel is you can pepper him. I talked about this earlier in the week, and I'm doubling down on it because it's even more apparent to me now that he can rush from any of the 3 gaps. And by moving him as a singular player, he takes away the ability to double team Chris Jones. And now he takes away the ability to double, whether it's Carlos Dunlap or whether it's George Karlaftis or whoever else is on the edge position. By filling in that B gap and making the tackle give you attention, that helps the entire pass rush overall. Because at the end of the day, Kyler Murray's dangerous, yes. But I think it's more dangerous to not attack him, in my opinion. Am I wrong?
No, I think that there are a few quarterbacks you don't want to blitz. Obviously, Mahomes, I think Josh Allen, Tom Brady, those kind of players, you don't really want to. They're going to make you pay. But I don't necessarily think that Kyler is the guy that's going to just know exactly where to go with the football. And I'm not trying to, talk down on him because of the whole stuff that happened in the offseason. Like, I think that his studying stuff was really blown out of proportion. I think that he studies more than enough. But obviously the Cardinals want to make sure about that. So there is that. There is something to it. So I think that you can get him uncomfortable because even though he is an extremely talented player, he can get the ball downfield off of his spot. Look at the receivers, okay? He doesn't have DeAndre Hopkins to just chuck it up to. He doesn't have those receivers. It looks like Rondale Moore might miss this game. Zach Ertz might miss this game. We're talking about getting him off his spot. Who's a trusted player who's going to chuck it up to that you can guarantee he's going to make a catch? I don't think there's anybody on this team that you could feasibly say that about right now. So, bring 5. Get him off his spot because even though he is a good athlete in space, he can align his hips, his shoulders, and get the ball where it needs to be. I don't trust those receivers on that team to make the plays. And honestly, you can look at Trent McDuffie, L'Jarius Sneed, Rashad Fenton is to get some more picks in this game by doing that.
That's it. It's the opportunities that it creates. And it may come down to the AJ Green and Andy Isabella show. Is that what we're talking about?
Greg Dortch.
Right? Forgot. Yep, that's a good point.
Legend Greg Dortch.
There are options, folks, but it's not the premier options that you were hoping for. So that's it. Those are our 4. Get after the quarterback, play the young guys, spread the ball around, and then, attack a certain key player that I really want to see if he can stand up to it. That's our game plan. What's yours? Leave us in the comments. What do you want him to do? What do you think is the most effective for the Chiefs to do to attack the Arizona Cardinals? I hope that you guys are pumped. This you're going to see, and in a little bit, you're going to hear from Jason Dunn. Their first piece on RGR is coming from Chiefs Concerns with Marcus Dass and Jason Dunn. Watch for that. We have more coming for you as well. Big Chief Sean's ready. It is the season. We are here. Do not miss the breakdown. That will be the post-game show that night. Lot going on. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your thoughts, Dan.
No problem. In case you guys didn't know, my prediction is that the Chiefs will win this game 38-21 walking away. Like, it's not even going to be close.
I totally forgot about the predictions piece. Okay, so you have it 38-21 Chiefs.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, where am I going to go? I'm going to say it's not that clean out the bat, and I don't think they're going to get pushed that hard. I am going to call this a clean 28-21. The actual Cardinals close it to 21 late in the fourth. It's a 2-score game most of this game, in my opinion. So Leave us your thoughts on your predictions as
Yeah.
well. Can't believe I forgot that, but that's the way it goes. First week of the season. Thank you guys for your time. If you're new, click that like button. That helps us get out to the public. Click the sub so you become one of us, and click that bell so you see what we do next. We have tons
So
of
much
content. I can't keep it all straight. So that's it. Happy Friday to you guys. We'll see you post game.